and continue from there.
They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Gibson fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
3rd and goal from the 2, and they're going with a jumbo set offensively. They'll try to run with Gibson.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
Commanders 7, Cowboys 0.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
So Prescott to the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line?
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Throwing, Prescott. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Here's Prescott.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
William Jackson with a pick. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. He couldn't get the edge there. It wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside.
No, not at all. I would agree with that totally, because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the...
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
Commanders 14. Cowboys.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would be who.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. But such a costly interception. Nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it.
Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown, Washington.
Logan Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders take a 3-touchdown lead.
The kick is good.
The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy. As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot. But not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one. And what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
On second down, Elliott once more. And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 42. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 21-0 our score after one.
Commanders 21, Cowboys 0.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They go back to Pollard on second down. And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 26.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to run for it with Pollard. Down right around the 25. Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll run for it with Pollard. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Cowboys. First down and goal to go.
First down, Prescott.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on first and goal. To try again after the sack. Prescott. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
He's been having a good day so far, but I think he got a little overzealous on that one. Still young in this league. Has to learn to try not to do too much on an individual play because, as we all know, sometimes less is more. And throwing away is preferable to making the big mistake.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Prescott to throw it. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
A loss of 13 yards. Brings up third down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Howell. Thomas has got it, complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They'll run with Gibson, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll go. It's Gibson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway. And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. 2nd down, Howell now. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Anthony Barr, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. And that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them. And now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
But don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get him the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 23-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Prescott. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
A first down throw for Prescott. Tosses the out route here to Gallup. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
When the Dallas Cowboys traded Amari Cooper, it was certainly a sign of the faith that they have in Michael Gallup to step up and be that type of weapon across from C.D. Lamb. He hit 1,100 yards back in 2019, but missed half of last year with a pair of injuries. He steps up here and moves the chains.
Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
7 brings up 2nd and 3.
Prescott off play action. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. 3rd and long for Prescott. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On second down, here's Gibson again.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
He gets it to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Powell, another throw on second down.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Off-play action. It's Howell.
And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
After the sack on first down, Prescott. That is caught by Lamb.
That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Prescott. Being chased out left.
Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
On 1st and 10, Prescott.
Swinging this out for Pollard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott. And it'll be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Powell. And this one too low. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Washington on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. 3rd and long. Here's Howell. Buying time to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Kelvin Joseph. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
And the tough thing is when he goes back and reviews the film, he'll see that he already escaped the pocket. He could have gotten more himself by using his legs, and that might have been the better choice there instead of challenging the zone. A miscalculation on his part, and he pays for it with the interception.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Left side to Lamb. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 2nd down, Elliott. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the number 2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, I don't care that they're number 2. Let's go ahead and show them that we can run the ball anyway? Or do you do the best thing and throw the darn thing and try and get in the end zone?
Maybe that's wiser. And he is into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Brett Maher on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a two-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And the Cowboys here on third down, bringing in an extra defensive back.
Powell throwing on third down here. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be fourth down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
On first down, right back to Gibson.
It's a room to maneuver.
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson.
59 yards.
And the Commanders are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he returns this to the 22.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Prescott now. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Now, defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making...
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Benjamin St. Just. And the Commanders are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback. And you know what a free runner turns into?
What?
A free hitter.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Howell, he'll look to throw it.
And that is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Fourth down, Howell.
And he finds McLaurin.
Yeah, this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington first down. And an exhale there as they convert on fourth. So a victory here for the Commanders.
And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today.